Hey, what's up, warriors? Diane Kaiser here. I'm going to do a fun video today. I'm going to show you guys some actual behind the scenes stuff on why the hell we're all so tired. And I'm going to get pretty controversial. This is going to be a pretty quick one, maybe about 15 minutes or so. But I'm seeing a lot of this stuff today. And whenever I start seeing trends, then I need to share this stuff. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Janelle. Can you guys hear me okay? Make sure you guys can hear me. Cool. And then I'll continue on here. I'm looking at making sure that I can do this. Just a second. I started this and I couldn't share the image, so I'm actually going to share it from my phone. But anyway, I want to share with you guys today. As you guys know, my primary focus with working with anybody, and I work mainly with women. Thank you, Janelle, is to help you empower your lives by embarking on a journey to help you discover what roadblocks are in front of you so that you can transform your life from the inside out. And I'm talking about like energy, your body, and your life. So when you start transformation from the inside and really question, why the heck am I so tired? And how do I fix this? A lot of people today are going for coffee, they're going for hormone replacement therapy, they're going for caffeine of some kind, they're going for drug stimulants, they're going for illegal drugs. And today, people just don't realize that the root cause is the person looking back at them in the mirror. So today I wanted to do something very important because I get to the root cause of stuff. I don't mess around, and I want you guys to mess around anymore either. Because many people, when they come to us in our Chi Hormone Warrior Transformation Program, they have been struggling for a long time. They've seen a myriad of doctors. They've been on the treadmill of whatever kind of thing for a long time. They've been suffering with symptoms, conditions. They're on all kinds of medications. They're depressed. They're what I would refer to as 3 Fs. They're experiencing overweight, fat, fatigue, and frustration. And they're not getting answers, and they're doing unhealthy things to get to the, they're band-aiding bullet wounds is what they're doing. They're not getting to the root cause, which is deep inside of why they are suffering the way that they are. And this goes for everybody. So I'm going to show you guys today some actual labs that you can see what really goes on behind the scenes when someone is tired. And it is far deeper than any kind of blood work that your doctor may have run on you. Doctors are looking for, do you already have a disease? Can we put you on a medication? Do you have a cancer? Is there anything that we can do to help you in an acute care model? But going to your doctor and working with your insurance, they are not working with chronic care and chronic illness. This is where you work with a functional medical practitioner or a functional diagnostic nutrition coach or a life coach, empowerment transformational coach. This is what the work that we do, because women have been suffering for a long time and they're just like, I don't know why. So I want to tell you guys today why, and I'm going to start with this. Yahira, what's up, sister? You're so beautiful. Thank you for your time educating us. Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. This is my favorite kind of work, and whether I've got 4 people on here or hundreds, I mean, this is the work that I think is the most important, and yet very few people will do. So I wonder if that's you. If you follow me, you realize that I just don't send you guys bullshit. I don't want to sell you snake oil. I don't want to give you guys something that's just short-lived. I want you to have a radical transformation now and for the rest of your life. So there is something that you can do. Thanks for all the hearts and the likes, you guys. I love you back. There are ways that you can heal all aspects of your body by just working with a few things down here. What we're taught is that we go over and we start trimming the branches of a tree, and let's say you are a big, beautiful, bountiful tree, right? And your health of the branches and the leaves and the fruits begins and is dictated by your roots. So your roots are the things that we look at root cause treatment, which is not what's taught in Western medicine today, then we can fix your entire tree and all of your branches grow back stronger and your leaves are healthier and your fruits are more beautiful and bountiful and rich and flavorful and colorful, and you just have more to give to the world. So many of us say, like, my number one goal is I want to be able to help the world. I want to be able to heal people. And the best way to heal people is to start with healing yourself, because then people will just follow your model and ask you what you're doing. So people forget about this, that you are your greatest superpower. You are your greatest weapon, powerhouse, to save the world by being the lighthouse. And what unfortunately many people are doing today is working up here at the branches and the leaves. So if you want to be able to give more, start with your roots. And I want to talk to you guys today about the roots. It's not easy, but it's worth it. So I'm wondering if you are the kind of person that will accept this challenge from me. Ready? Here we go. Prove it to me that you can work on this, yeah? Mark says your energy is always positive and wonderful. Oh, thanks, Mark. Take something to see, that kind of thing, right? So you cannot see in me what you do not already possess in yourself. Here it goes. 70% of our lives today, and I'm wondering if any of you guys can guess this, we are living in, and it starts with S, and it's a 5-letter word. Wonder if you guys can guess this. 70% of our day, of our time, is spent blanked out. What's the word? Maybe you're driving and you can't respond. I'll give you guys a couple seconds here while I look for my results. What are we spending 70% of our energy on a daily basis? See if anybody can get this. Word starts with an S. No, Barry, I wish we were spending 70% of our lives on sleep. Janelle rings it true, stress. 70%, this is the most important thing that you guys can ever get about your health. 70% of our days are spent in fight or flight. This is an act of the ego. The ego is fighting or running away from something and escaping, or it's numbing, which is freezing, and we numb out with like addictions of any kind. We are all addicts. We're addicted to stuff to separate us from, oh God, the fear or shame of not being able to fix something or being afraid of it. So we numb out with food, alcohol, shopping, people, the lottery, TV, whatever it is, we numb out. We check out of our life. And when we're doing that, but specifically more so in fight or flight, like stress, our body was only designed to live in fight or flight like 1% of our life. There was this like super scary thing chasing after us, and it's our ego's job to go, oh shit, something's gonna eat us. We better run super fast that way. And our body goes, okay, let's run away from the thing because we don't wanna die. The ego's job is to prevent you from dying or from suffering in some way that makes you feel like when you were shamed when you were a little kid. So the ego is not your amigo, but it's not bad. It is not bad. It is there to protect you. But what's happening is right now is just like a barking dog starts barking. Let's say like when the UPS person comes over to deliver a package and knocks on your door, your dog barks, right? And you're like, oh, it's the UPS guy. But the dog doesn't know better. It doesn't know better. It's just barking because it thinks it needs to protect you. That is a perfect example of how all day, whether someone texts us and we don't like what they say, whether someone comments on your Facebook or doesn't comment, whether someone says something to you that they don't like your outfit, they don't like your hair, that you talk too much. I had someone tell me this weekend, oh, you talk too much. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe you're listening too acutely, or maybe you don't talk enough. Or maybe you don't understand how passionate I am about all the things in my heart that I want to share. So you're going to be too much, too not enough, too whatever for so many people. That's the stress that we're dealing with on a regular basis. The deadlines, the having to wear certain hats and masks to fit in places, to matter, to belong. And we're selling our soul to do that. We as humans need to feel like we belong to something. So we will trade in and morph literally from who we really truly are to who we're not, just to matter and belong somewhere. This on a regular basis is what causes our suffering. So many of us don't even know who we are, or we say that we do. I don't know who I am. I have my stories about who I am. And the question is, and I really challenge you guys to sit down with this, write stories down about who you think you are. I am this, I am that, and see what comes out. And then ask yourself, how do I know these to be true? Are these facts or are these stories about me? And when we can break it down like this, you could look at the things that you don't like about yourself. What you write down is, I am fat. I am a failure. I am, and you can start to hear that 90% of the 60,000 or so words that we have on a regular basis are all negative, and they're about the same 10 that repeat over and over, and 99% of them don't happen. Those fears don't happen. It's like the barking dog with the UPS delivery, right? So ask yourself what these stories are. If you say, I am something positive, do you like that story? Cool, you can keep it. If you say, I am, and you don't like your negative, do you want to keep it? Is it true? How do you know it's true? Who told you that that was true? You can divorce that story, but you also have to know why it was so important and what part of you benefits from believing that story about you. So for me, an example for that is I struggle with chronic back pain. Well, why is that? Is it my back that's suffering? Is it an emotion? Because 90% of plus, they even say 95% also of the work of Dr. Gabor Mate, who says that there is something that is psychoneuroimmunology, and that is to say that our thoughts create our body's responses and deplete our hormones. What if the thoughts that you're thinking on a regular basis, on repeat, that you don't know are happening subliminally, are the actual cause of your hormonal chaos and your fatigue? Because your fatigue is based on low cortisol. And this is what doctors don't know how to test properly because they're not trained to. They're not bad. They just don't know how to test this properly. So this is something that if you went and asked your doctor, why am I so tired? They might put you on some kind of medication for that. Or in most cases, they don't really have a solution. The answer is within you. But the question I have for you is, do you have the courage to explore what this is and what thoughts are running you and what stories that you're believing that are self-sabotaging you? And many, many years, many of us have seen therapists over and over on repeat. One woman we worked with last year, she'd been seeing a therapist for 20 years. And then she worked with us for a couple of months. And she said, I worked with therapists for 20 years and was never able to break through and do the things that I'm able to do now because I understand why I created those thoughts. I understand that there was a part of me that benefited from being the victim of something and pointing the finger at everyone else for my suffering. This is the most disempowering thing that you can do for yourself, is giving everybody else that much power to say it's their fault. It's my mom's fault. It's the FDA's fault. It's that food company's fault. It's da-da-da-da-da. And we're blaming everybody else. Could never possibly be me that's causing these problems. Nope, I'm innocent. Yep. If that's what you believe, please stop following me, please. Because that means that you are so arrogant that you also are that disempowered that you don't own your own power to think and believe that you are that powerful, that you can undo all of these symptoms and all of this fatigue. Okay, so that's huge, just to say, wait, I can change this stuff? And it's kind of tricky. So I wouldn't recommend doing it on your own. So reach out to me if you guys have any questions about this. The stories that we tell ourselves is the self-sabotage that holds us back from the vision that we have of our future, the energy that we deserve and desire and need to thrive in the world and to like make shit happen in our life and to chase our kids around and be bountiful. This is where so many people go try hormone replacement therapy thinking, oh, it's my hormones, I'm screwed, my mom, my dad, genetics, I've always just been this way, and accept these stories. These are the stories that will keep you held back. It's my mom. It's just in the family. It runs in the family. You want to run away from the family and own your own story for the first time ever? Genetics is less than 5%. What? Less than 5%? Wait, you're saying that the other 95% is me? Yup. You are that freaking powerful. How amazing is that? I can only say this because I've done this myself. I've seen miracles happen in our practice and women we help all around the world in over 15 countries last year. When they stop believing that there were options, this is the only thing that works. Because then they go, I've tried everything. I've tried all these things. I've tried new diets. I've tried cleanses. I've tried new workout routines. I've tried yoga. I've tried therapy. I've tried travel the world. I've tried talking to this guru. I've tried these supplements. I've tried this medication. I've tried this surgery. I've had these parts removed. The cure is you. The cure is you. So I want you to start looking at the symptoms of your life and really looking at the stories that quite possibly have been creating those symptoms. Our fatigue is because we are at constant war with ourselves. We are at constant war with the outside world. After you're done watching this video, I'm going to show you what this looks like in a lab test. After done with this video, I want you to just check on your own Facebook and also check to see how you talk to other people on your Facebook. All I've been seeing lately have been many, many reports of people fighting over which diet is right. They're like, F-bomb vegans, F-bomb carnivores, F-bomb keto people. What? Why are we fighting? The true respect for self starts with respecting other people's values, opinions, and beliefs. I used to think that people didn't love me if they didn't agree with me. Whoa, I didn't even realize that was a super self-sabotage that was breaking so many parts of my life. I was breaking myself. I was breaking my cortisol. This was a lab test that shifted all of that for me. I'm going to show you this. Can you guys see this? It's kind of hard. Okay, right here. These bottom two wheels, that is my cortisol levels. Look how low they are. This is a urine hormone test that we use. We look at sex, stress, and sleep hormones. Ideally, we want to see those at 12 o'clock. When they're as low as they are, that means someone's cortisol is super duper low. And the reason why is they have adrenal dysfunction, which is tied to our thyroid. So this is a hormonal cascade that starts with our thoughts. Psycho, neuro, immunology. And then up here you can see that my progesterone was also super low now, and my testosterone was low. Now this is where doctors are like, oh, get on progesterone cream, get on testosterone pellets. No. What we would want to look for is, why are you so low in these things? And it starts in the brain, goes back to the gut, and really ultimately goes back to your thoughts, beliefs, and values. Whoa. Yes, it does. All of these can be improved if you work with those things at the same time as working with your physical body as well. And then as you can see, I'm estrogen dominant. Estrogen dominance is one of the key issues that so many women struggle with: hormonal issues, PMS, infertility, PCOS, hair loss, anxiety, fatigue, depression, whatever. There's so many issues with estrogen dominance today, and so many people are experiencing it and don't know why. Blood test did not reveal this. This is a urine test we collect 4 times throughout a 24-hour cycle, 24-hour period. Blood tests won't show this. Why? Because they don't look for production and usage of the hormones and then clearance of the hormones. We actually look at genetics and how your genes are working, or working for you or against you, to clear these hormones and actually use them. It doesn't make sense just to take more hormones, even for men, you guys. It makes sense to question, are those hormones getting to where they're supposed to be, which is in the cells, so the body can actually use them and feel more energetic, right? So I see tons of people just shoving back coffee and shoving back all kinds of stimulants. I was in the bodybuilding industry, you guys, and I've seen many people die from excessive stimulant use and heart attacks and strokes. This is just going to be all over the map, and lots of like anxiety attacks. This is as a result of not looking deeper into our body and deeper into our thoughts. Todd Wright says the psychology of what you were saying would cite the locus of control. I've never heard that before. Can you post a link, Todd? That's interesting. I'm curious to see what you're talking about there. And yeah, the ego wants control. I want to dominate. I want to be in control all the time. I need predictability. I need consistency, and I need accuracy all the time. I need all these things, right? But that's not possible. Once we start falling in love with the mystery of life instead of the mastery of life, then these things can actually start to heal, because we're not trying to be perfect, and we're not trying to push it forward, and we're not trying to be super persistent and like, yeah, I got to work super hard, like nail it and drill it. No. I'm seeing this on Facebook. I'm seeing people like, they don't stop. Excessive work is a numbing device to distract you from the real problem. So many of us are lonely today. I am one of them. We're working online all day. We go to connect with people, and all they're talking about is work and how hard they've been working, and they're busting their ass. What's up with all this? Why do we need to matter and seek significance so much that we forget about the day-to-day? We think that one day and one sigh, I'm going to work my ass off, and then once I get to that point, then I'll relax. Then I'll have peace. Then I'll feel good about myself. What if it was the other way around? What if you gave yourself balance and could be far more effective, and actually multitasking was the devil? There are now studies showing this. This is how we help people to heal themselves. What if you could be more productive, more happy, more energetic, and less, all because of less self-sabotage and thinking that you need to go drill yourself all day long? Our bodies can't handle this. We are dying fast. but we're kept alive longer. So I would venture to say that 70% of the world is sleepwalking right now, and they're not really alive. They're just walking around, you know, hypnotic stupor. This is a problem with the ego needing to matter and needing to be right. So we look at Facebook and people are just like warring, like, I'm right about this diet, I'm right about this in politics and religion, and everybody wants like, I'm right, you're wrong, you're bad, I'm good. We can disagree with someone respectfully, but there are parts of you that you're at war with within yourself. The more you're at war with the outside world and needing to prove and defend yourself, that is a direct reflection and mirror to what kind of conversations are happening inside of you, and to the extent to how you talk down to yourself. So use this as a mirror. Now start to look at Facebook and start to look at social media and how people are just at each other's throat. They are causing their own illness, fatigue, and symptoms. And I don't want that to be you. Because if you're following me, most of the time people who are following me, they're following me because they want to truly get to the root of their issues. And it takes time, you know, it takes time to get there. But the more that you can ask questions about, could this possibly be something that I'm creating? That gives your mind a job. Now it's like, okay, I'm gonna go fetch an answer. But if you start with the statement, no, it's not me, it's my genes, it's my parents, it's my conditions, it's my husband, it's my boss, you're not gonna get better. You're stuck in that excuse. That's your story. Your stories can either destroy you or keep you stuck or liberate you and change your whole life and free you from this stuff. So my last question is, do you want to be free from your symptoms and truly have a life where you are free of fatigue and free of the struggle of losing weight and free of the frustration of not knowing the answers? Or do you want to stay the victim of suffering? And if you think, you know, I want to free myself. Think for one moment, if you thought that that's what you want for a long time, but you're still stuck in the other one, there just might be a part of you that is benefiting from you being sick. If we stay stuck, there's a part of us that will always be benefiting from us staying stuck. This is where you need to get real with yourself, because victims get to complain, they get attention, and they get to feel like they belong. And it's also a great way to not take other action outside the box, because that's scary. It's scary to do outside the box things, but it's the most rewarding thing we can do. So this is why I say this kind of work is not for the faint of heart. This is for someone who wants to open their heart to themselves. And if you really want to change the world, you start with your own inner superhero and by asking these questions. Todd says, Diane, when I discovered that my locus of control was external, it made absolutely everything perfectly clear, and I immediately began changing it to internal. That was the moment my life changed dramatically. It is exactly what you're saying in the context of psychology. That's beautiful, Todd. I love that. And it's a great place to end, you guys, because this is a journey of self-love to the soul. What are we here for? Are we here to prove that we matter, to be a good girl, to get a pat on the back by our metaphoric mom that you did it, and to live within the confines of what our parents defined as successful? Or are we here to paint the art and sing the song that we came here in this body to descend and down in the soul to create and to express? The more you try to be like everyone else, the more you suffer. The more you try to climb out of your own box, you're going to have people that are going to try to keep you in your box, keep you average, keep you small. But if you're willing enough to climb out of that box and to become the you that you came here to be, this is where all of your life starts to unfold, and you're rewarded for cracking your own code. If you're a woman and you're listening to this and you've tried a lot of this stuff like HRT and birth control and Synthroid and energy supplements and cleanses and diets and therapy and workouts, and you're just not where you want to be, but you know deep down that there's something greater within you, let's talk. Let's talk. Transformation is big. And like I said, it can be scary. But most of us are living about 30% of our potential. So imagine all the life that you could have if you had access to the other 70%. This is a big deal. So we've cracked the code on all of this and all the pillars. We look at your mind, your body, your soul, and your heart. And when you could feed all 5 of those things and integrate them all at the same time and do it in a couple of months instead of years trying to figure it out, you become your greatest asset. And you don't need everybody else outside of you to heal you or fix you or tell you what to do, because you have your intuition and you know how to read yourself. We all learn the language of English or Spanish or French or German, but we haven't been taught the language of our body. And that's the most powerful language that there is, because everything else is semantics. So if you have any symptoms at all, I urge you to ask the question, do I want to own my arthritis? I hear people say this all the time. Oh, I'm just depressed, I have to take medication. Oh, I have arthritis and there's nothing I could do about that, I just have to take medication. Oh, I have thyroid disease, so I got to take a medication. Brainwashing. That's a story. What if your thyroid could be healed by expressing your voice, by speaking your truth, by cleansing your body, by balancing out your hormones? What if this is all just symptoms that your body's trying to say, please, please, please let me out? Please. It's like an inner child speaking to you and you just tell it to shut the hell up with symptoms and you take drugs for them. Your body is intelligent, it's beautiful, it's not trying to break you. It's trying to heal you. Can you hug your inner child that is your symptom and say, I am here for you, sweetheart? What are you trying to say? Hair loss? What are you trying to say? Rash? What are you trying to say? Pain? What is the message for me? If you can slow down enough to hear the whispers or screams in the language of symptoms, then you can crack your own code and be your own best healer. And these things will be a symptom, a sign of the past. And you'll realize that these symptoms are here to help you, not to hurt you. This is the future of medicine. Intuitive-based medicine, intuitive-based healing, intuitive-based nutrition, intuitive-based muscle gains, whatever that may be. This is the secret. This is the law of attraction. This is the impact of listening to your soul. And it sounds really woo-woo, but when you put it all together, it's the puzzle piece that everyone's looking for. So if you guys want to chat, let me know. DianeKaiser.com. I'm going to put something on the top here if you guys want to watch our masterclass where we talk a little bit more about this. But this is stuff that can just take you on the fast track to getting exactly where you wanted to go for years without having to go do more blood tests, which are just going to keep saying, yeah, you know, lab tests look normal, we don't know what's wrong, take a drug. That is the old model, and it's dying fast. And you're going to see that on Facebook. People are going to be fighting. They're already fighting. We're starting our own civil war. My diet's better than yours. My workout's better than yours. You're wrong, I'm right. Who does that remind you of? Maybe a 5-year-old? Maybe a 7-year-old? All of our inner children inside of us need to be listened to and healed and sat down with and said, hey, it's okay. They can agree with something else. But this is a symbol of all of your parts that need to be integrated. So it's called inner child work and it's called shadow work. And it's not dark and scary. But if you're afraid of your own shadow, if you can't sit in silence with yourself because you're afraid of silence, this is the deepest work that you'll ever do. And I welcome you to do it with us. I don't say I'm a shaman, but I say that I do shamanic type things because that's what this work is looking at your deepest inner wounds and going, how can I work with you instead of you work against me? So I'm Diane Kaiser. Thank you guys for watching. And if this video inspired you, or if you think people need to hear this of any kind who have been trying what feels like everything and is suffering with conditions and symptoms that they think that they're stuck with, that they just can only fix with a drug, tag them, share this with them. This is how we heal the world. And of course, I will thank you if they work with us. So thanks you guys for everything, always for caring about your bodies enough to be here with me. It's truly an honor to be your guide on this life, this journey that we call life, and keep rocking it, keep sharing, keep spreading the love. And if you see people fighting and arguing, let them know that respectfully it's okay to disagree. We really need to stop this fight because that's what is rampant around the world now is fear, disagreements, ego. And the more we start to shine our hearts, the more that we could break the veil of all of the matrix of the lies that are happening. These are just things to get us to war against each other so that we can't heal ourselves because it's part of the profit model out there. And you are your own greatest ally. So DianeKaiser.com. I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Have a great Monday, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.